We talk about the American dream and families. We walk a different road off the beaten path. Our sources are impeccable and accurate. We champion veterans and the U.S. military, including the history of heroes and the branches. We are horse people and wild horse advocates. We believe in the Western and American traditional way of life. We believe in athletes and fair play. Finally, we believe in the golden rule, Jesus, and God. I want to talk about the U.S. Army, a couple of the defeats they had at one of the best American tacticians that this country's ever seen. I'm talking about Crazy Horse, the Sioux. He wasn't really a chief, but he was a war chief. Let's put it that way. He had two major victories, especially at that time. He had the Fetterman massacre. They massacred 80 cavalrymen. Fetterman had a huge ego, and he said, "You give me 80 men, I'll go out there and wipe out the whole Sioux Nation." Well, that didn't quite turn out correct. Crazy Horse lured him in. They actually mooned the Fetterman troops and got him over a certain hill, and they were ambushed, and they were all killed. Shortly after that, in 1876, Crazy Horse did it again with Sitting Bull and about 3,000 Indians. There was 3,000 Indians, 2 to 3,000 Indians there. It's been, a lot of people said it was between 7 and 9,000 Indians. It wasn't. There were 7,000 horses there because each brave had 2 or 3 horses. So it looked like there were a lot more Indians than there was. So between 2 and 3,000 Indians, they went and wiped out the 7th Cavalry, General George Custer, who had an ego and split his divisions. And that caused the death of not only, I think it was over 240 cavalrymen, and they had cannons, they had everything, but also his brothers. He lost 3 brothers at that battle. So basically the Custers were wiped out at that point. And Crazy Horse is the one that did all that. One of the greatest tacticians in American history. He's true American. He was here before any of us was. We got Greg Meakin. Greg, I don't know if you know anything about that. The Indians called it greasy grass. We called it the little bighorn.
Well,
the Indians called it greasy grass. And they were there at a gathering. And so for Custer to go in there and think he was going to do, some major thing, he that was one of the major defeats in the Army of that day. And it caused shockwaves across the country. And it led to the end of the Indians. They really came hard down on the Indians after the Greasy Grass Massacre. Greg.
Oh, that was a tragic story, Shanimal.
Yeah.
Tragic story. Bill O'Reilly killing Crazy Horse.
Oh, yeah.
I read it.
That's very controversial. I have some Sioux Indian friends, and they told me the real story.
Right.
And they said Crazy Horse could only be killed by one of his own people. So it's very controversial if he got stabbed by that cavalryman with the bayonet or one of his own guys did it.
Right. A bottom line tactician, second to none. A Robert E. Lee kind of guy.
Yep.
The one thing before I forget, my little old guy brain, before I forget, Custer. If I lose my train of thought today, Shannon, will just remind me. I can remember 60 years ago, but I can't remember how I started a sentence. You know what I mean?
That's why I write everything down, my man.
Ask Eddie Floyd about that, right? Let's get going around a campfire again, man. Before I forget, I want to bring this up about Custer.
Okay.
Here's something really, really underrated about him. You do hear a lot about his romantic side.
Yeah.
With his wonderful wife Ruby and stuff, but you don't hear about his courageous side, because anyone who's read up on him, and this comes right out of O'Reilly's book, is when it was time to fight Shanimal, this guy was fearless.
Absolutely.
He would attack. One of my favorite lines out of Killing Crazy Horse, just going off of memory, is Custer didn't hesitate. He attacked.
That's why he was promoted to general in the Civil War, knocked back down to colonel after he got out of the Civil War. But he was a general in the Civil War for that same fact. He had no fear, and he would charge and take over the enemy.
Exactly. I think it's called a brevet, right? They promote guys within wartime, and then they go back to the rank. Custer, he was a fearless guy.
Yep.
I think there was another line that said, Custer has been killing Indians since daylight. One of those things.
Yeah.
So he didn't become famous for no reason, and totally flawed egocentric individual. But never forget the warriors out there.
Yep, that's right.
A lot of them are half cocked. You know, you once said you talk about Patton.
We
You know,
need
no
that
matter what,
in a warrior.
one of my favorite quotes is Patton, and I forget who said this, Shanimal, but he said, "Say what you will about Patton, if you absolutely positively needed someone's ass kicked, you called George
Yeah.
Patton."
He
Seriously.
outfoxed the Desert Fox, Rommel.
Rommel. Rommel, you're
There was another
taking me
one.
back here. My grandfather fought in that war. My father and two uncles fought in that war, Shanimal.
My
You know,
great uncle did too.
I know.
At Battle of the Bulge.
Oh, seriously.
Yeah.
Now that was a that was a bad situation. The Bulge. I cannot imagine those guys getting through that, Shanimal. Did you hear stories like firsthand about that winter and the Bulge?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh,
Just terrible. And
like
my great uncle, which is my grandfather's twin brother, he took a shot to the head, and it went around in his helmet, and he had a permanent spiral like tattoo on his head from that bullet going around his head.
no, but he survived.
Yeah, he survived.
Oh my God.
Yep.
My God.
You know what?
No,
Hey, back on the Custer thing.
yeah.
They say Tom Custer, his brother, was even more fierce and a better warrior than George.
Really?
Yeah.
There's the underrated thing, his brothers, Shannon. We'll talk about that a little bit. Here we go. There's other shows in the future too, man. Let's talk it out here today. This is good stuff. You're a true gourmet connoisseur of this era and the Indians and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I really studied on him. But Tom, he was also a hero in the Civil War, and I guess I didn't get too much in on Tom, but what I do know about him, but he was fierce and maybe smarter and a better warrior than his brother was. So what a terrible loss to have all the Custer brothers die at that point. But you know, they wiped out a lot of Indians too. And it didn't take long, Greg. I think it was within 2 hours that they'd wiped out the 7th Cavalry, even probably shorter than that.
Oh yeah. No, it was a butt whooping. Sometimes you just get your butt whooped. You know,
and
we won a lot.
They just went in circles. They circled this cavalry as they ran away through the greasy grass and just put arrows and not too many bullets, but a lot of arrows in there. And it's also rumored that a woman might have killed Custer, a brave woman. So I don't know what O'Reilly said about that, but that's also that's either a myth, a rumor, or true. But you know, there's so much myths about that.
Sure, and there's tons of stuff out there. Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got their history. But the other underrated thing is these Sioux women, Shanimal.
Yeah,
they were fierce.
Absolutely.
They were,
you know, and of course fierce. They degraded all the bodies. They cut them up, cut off everything.
Oh yeah.
They kind of left Custer alone. They put like draws or like spikes in his ears. The women did so. Well, maybe you can hear now.
Yeah.
That's what they did to Custer.
The awful thing, and I can never come out of reading about that era and feel, shall we say, good or comfortable, because it was so awful. And the thing about
on both ends, Greg.
And it's we're in an era, right? Who's right, who's wrong? I mean, you've read up and up about this. I'm saying both. This was brutality from both sides. And it simply got to a point, like some of those unending wars out there, where it was just becoming tit for a tat. There was awful carnage. And then, of course, and the coveted thing of the whole Indian nations were the horses. Hello?
Exactly.
The horses.
Yep. And it's a fallacy. The movies, every Indian was on a horse. That's not true either. There wasn't that many really good horse tribes out there. The Nez Perce were, and the Apaches ran. An Apache would run 20 miles in a day. Right. They just ran through the desert. So Shanimal LAWSON here in the crowd. Greg, hold on. We're going to be taking a break. Grand Meakin is on the board. Shanimal LAWSON, the American Roundup. Hopefully we'll be back. In the corral, the American Roundup. Don't get rounded up. There's certain individuals that still want to put you behind that barbed wire called libtards. Stay away from those guys. Wainima Ranch Wild Horse Sanctuary is one of our sponsors. Been a sponsor with me for 3 years on the American Roundup. That's Shari out there. Our prayers go out to Shari. God bless you out there. Wainima Ranch Wild Horse Sanctuary prides itself as an eco-friendly rescue and rehabilitation refuge for America's wild mustangs, burros, and mules. They provide a safe haven and an alternative for those majestic creatures that once roamed the range free. Nevada's gift to America, America's gift to the world. If you can, WaineemaRanch.com/donate money, hay, food out there, whatever suits you. They're off grid, so propane, gasoline, any stuff like that. If you want to go out there, give Eddie a call. My Pillow, Mike Lindell's been our sponsor now for 3 years. Also, code Roundup. That's 66% off, or buy one get one free, whatever the deal is. Mike Lindell at My Pillow started as small in Minnesota, few employees, and I think he's up to over 2,000 employees. Most everything is made in the United States except the sheets. For some reason, they do the sheets over there where they get that really good cotton. Although there's great cotton in southern Arizona, in the Safford district, they have some of the best cotton in the world. I know that's where Greg Meakin is, somewhere down there. He's not too far from Safford, in between Tucson and Phoenix. Also, the Butcher's Kitchen, as featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. That was Guy Fieri in town. They're coming back to do a upgrade and I guess an update. Yeah, at Charbecue. Big Ed just told me the other day that they're going to be in here shortly and do an update. So you can go on the Food Channel and look that one up. It was December 2019, right before the lockdowns. It's a great show. It's really funny. So get in there and check it out. Charbecue, the Butcher's Kitchen here in Reno. Greg, when you come back into Reno, if you ever do, I'll take you to the Charbecue, and we'll have.
I really do. I just love listening to. I love parachuting back into Reno, Nevada. Deborah and I are falling in love with Reno, man. Nice place, great place, but good people.
And the outdoors. You know, we're 40 minutes from Lake Tahoe. You're 40 minutes from Pyramid Lake. Galena Creek. It's just the outdoors. Virginia City's up there, the Cobb Mansion. It's Washoe Valley. It's just awesome.
I want you to take Deborah and I up on the train ride.
Okay, we'll do that.
To Virginia City, right? I went up there. I couldn't believe it. I went there. We visited there. I was looking at Carson City really closely to retire.
Yeah.
One of my twin boys, Carson, is named after Carson City, Nevada. Hello.
That's a fine city.
Oh yeah, and I just love the area, Shanimal. Seriously, and funny. This is funny you mentioned this. Charbecue, your famous sponsor and partner. We don't have anyone like that in Arizona City, Arizona. We barely have like a Domino's takeout. Okay, it's our, as I mentioned, it's our 38th anniversary today, August 8th.
You and your wife?
Deborah.
Oh, congratulations, man.
My best friend, my soulmate. I've known her for over 40 years, but 38 years.
How'd you hold on to her for 38 years?
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know how. I can't imagine she stuck with my sorry butt all these years. But you know what I say, and I was thinking about this when I listened to Jason. Great earlier segment, by the way. I'm going to re-listen.
Thank you, man. That was really good.
I want to touch base with Jason on life insurance because I'm an old life insurance agent up in Seattle, Washington. But I want to just tell you what, we just don't have a place for an anniversary dinner. There's a few places. Man. I don't know. Yeah. Do we go down to the Black Bear restaurant or whatever? Because up in Seattle, well, you know that. Yeah. You get the pick of the litter, as they say, as far as food.
And here in Reno, too, we got some of the best food because of the tourism.
So it's a date. I really mean this because Shanimal, I really mean this. I'm looking at Reno, Nevada to maybe final retire.
Well, the weather would be a lot better for you.
Oh, God love her. Weather update today, Shanimal.
Okay, what is it?
113 degrees. And for my Canadian buddies and people and relatives in England, 45 degrees Celsius.
Oh, and people in Europe are like, that is hot. That's worries. Spain hot, man.
But no worries, because I say that keeps the Californians away, right?
Yeah.
But also, this is a big issue, especially to people in England. And I know in Montreal and stuff, air conditioning. It is perfect down here. Best HVAC in the world and cheap. The highest month of the year for me in my little condo down here in Arizona City is a couple $100.
That's not bad.
And as low as like $58, $65. So either way, no matter where you live, it's hard to get 100% weather-wise. But I do want to get Deborah, seriously, I want to get Deborah to a little bit of a higher elevation.
Nice.
A little bit cooler and stuff. So God bless you. Great to be back here. Eddie, Lady J, Brian, guitar man, all
Yes.
you boys. I love you guys, and it's just nice to be back. Seriously, that's going to be a date up there, okay, in Reno. Everybody.
Absolutely. Maybe you can be a snowbird. Come up here during the summer and go down there in the winter.
Well, sure. And like in Seattle, I say Seattle, the most beautiful place in the entire world for about 60 days a year.
Right.
It's just like, Labor Day weekend, it's great, but what about the other 11 and a half months?
Of
You
rain.
know? So it's hard to be perfect. It's hard to be perfect in anything in life.
Oh yeah.
But
No,
it's
you got to
fun to
roll with the
be,
changes, and you got to take
oh,
what
yeah,
what cards you're dealt and play them the
uh,
best you can.
absolutely. And
Coming
that's
from
day
a
to
guy
day
from
life for
Nevada.
everybody.
Yeah.
That's day-to-day life for everybody. We
Yeah.
just go have at it. I don't see anything in life as 100%. You just go have at it. 80% maybe succeed on, 20%, oh, whatever, but 80-20, 60-40, but nothing's 100%, So there you
Nope.
go. There's my little Greg rant of the day there, Shannon. Well, guys, it's good to be back with you, man. It's good to be back with you.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. The V&T Railroad. We park in Carson City. Take the Virginia Truckee Railroad to Virginia City. Get lunch there. You're there about 2.5, 3 hours. Then the shuttle picks you up. You go back to the train and back to Carson City to get your car.
Beautiful. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Carson City seemed to me like the classic small town America.
It really is. There's been a lot of
The city
changes since.
center. Oh, sure, but beautiful
Yeah,
homes just off of downtown. In life, our grandparents' life, we all walked.
absolutely.
So what a
They've got
beautiful.
that house that they filmed the shootist in is right on what's Capitol Street? No, Mountain Street. So
Wow.
where John Wayne and Bond, she was married to Humphrey Bogart. When they did that movie, The Shootist, that was filmed a lot in Carson City. And then
Right.
on Little Washoe Lake is the scene where they were in the wagon on the waterfront. That's Little Washoe Lake. We'll take you by
Right.
there when you come in too.
There's just so many places to visit, and who would say, hey, Reno, Nevada, it's a place to be, but there's everything there. It really is. I don't mean to coo over everybody up there, but it's really cool. And so always be grateful too to have a great place to live. There's so much to do. I was raised in Montreal, Shanimal, 12
Yeah.
miles from out of downtown Montreal in the 1970s. Dude, right? And but a lot of Americans, I really feel sorry, honestly, for a lot of the younger kids who didn't have that great fun time going out, free spirit, happy, and I would wish that upon everybody to have that kind of joy. But this, unfortunately, in little Arizona City, Arizona, ain't much going on. Okay, just ask my wife Deborah. Ain't much going on in that channel.
Especially in 113-degree heat.
Oh, dude. But I say treat it like a snowstorm. If it's snowy outside, it's 30 below outside. We've all
Yep.
lived in those. You go inside.
Unless you got to feed horses.
Oh, well, that's where I ain't anyone like you. I can't. I say this to Cap McCormick and stuff about being a veteran. I ain't you guys. I couldn't imagine the work that you put in, the work in your entire life here. By the way, you got good genes, Shanimal. You got good genes from what I see on camera.
Hey, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. I do. My mom's still alive. She's 86. So.
Oh, you're kidding. I just can't
You
believe
talking about my blue jeans or my jeans?
we got a lot of double entendres going that way. Hats off to Sydney Sweeney, and hats off to everybody not taking that woke nonsense. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and not taking. We're not going to take it this time. Okay, Sydney
Nope.
Sweeney, she's just a rock star. She's going to make millions off of this channel.
We're done with that crap. This
Oh
woke
yeah,
stuff is gone, man.
Enough.
That's right.
Well,
John
we're
Lawson
seeing-
in the corral. The American Roundup. We've got Greg Meakin out of Arizona City, 113 degrees. You're starting to talk about leaving footprints in the middle of the road when you walk across at those temperatures. That's frying an egg on the sun right there. Hey, Greg, one of the big things we got in Reno, this is the second largest car show in the country. It's called Hot August Nights.
Wow.
The first largest one is in Detroit, but this is the second largest one in the country, probably in the world, I would suppose. And I was privileged to be at the hospitality tent, which is for the main sponsors of the deal.
Oh,
which
wow.
we had free food. I got prime rib, all kinds of really nice, good food that Silver Legacy put on. The
Wow.
Tower of Power played. We danced.
Uh,
It was just we had a great night. I want to shout out to Neela for getting my credentials and treating me to that. It was fabulous. It had the feel of the old Hot August nights.
right,
It was mainly locals with the people from the car show, so it had
right.
that feel of the old Hot August nights, and it was just a kick. So if you can ever get down here in August, I mean that'd give you a break from the heat a little bit,
Wow.
and
Wow.
check out the Hot August Nights car show. It's spectacular.
That'd be great. I'll tell you what, car people put things on first class and lots of money, Shanimal. Kind of like,
Lots.
the NASCAR boys and stuff. I came from the Seattle auto industry. I was an upper manager
Oh,
in the auto industry up there. And so I'm talking the Toyota days, the Honda days, the Saturn days, GM and the rest. They did things first class, man. Everything national quality and stuff. And it's good to see. I would love, there's car people are really cool. It's weird
yeah,
because I remember I've published a book about the car business, Secrets from the Inside, 35
nice.
years ago. But what people always want to talk about the car business, and it's like other subjects and stuff like that, like zodiacs or whatever. But inevitably, people love their cars, love to talk about the car business, and whether you're into cars or not, you need to go to one of those shows, man. I would love. Let's do that again. We got more dates going here than American Graffiti, but let's really do that. And I
Yeah.
want to hear you guys play music. I
All
want to hear
right, man.
you
All
and
right.
Brian and stuff. Just really do. We haven't done one of those. Seriously, I'm almost sounding reflective, but you get that way. You get
Right.
that way when you're older, and you say that's one of those highlight memories that we always talk about. I always say a eulogy is not 82 years long. We
Right.
remember the
Yeah.
highlights and the snapshots. And Reno, Nevada is one of those. One of those. So there you go.
Yep. And what else is going on? You
Oh
know,
my God. I got to, before
I'm
I
going to
forget.
Truckee tomorrow. I'm going to be horseback riding in Truckee, California tomorrow.
Oh, it's so beautiful
Oh
there.
yeah,
It's
and
so
we're
beautiful
going
there.
early in the morning at 9 o'clock, so it's not going to be that hot. Plus, Truckee is higher in elevation, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's
Well, please.
Piping Rock Equine
Wow.
Center in Truckee, California. I highly recommend it. They're tremendous, and they've got camps for kids,
Wow.
older
Please take,
adults, everything.
please take some pictures and post them on Facebook. Your
Okay, I sure
photos are
will.
great.
Yeah.
Your photos, it's like watching an episode of the Ponderosa.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna rename you Ben Cartwright. Is
Okay,
there
that's
one
cool.
human being that didn't feel safe and happy at the Ponderosa?
No.
No, but seriously, there's that feel, man. Maybe I need to learn to ride a horse or something, you
Oh, it's
know?
so much fun, Greg. And you're in tune with nature. I did it
Uh,
a few weeks ago, and I got to
uh,
see a couple of deer, a coyote chasing a squirrel. It was fabulous. And when
wow.
you're on a horse, the animals they don't run because
Right,
you're on a horse, and they're like,
right,
oh, that's just natural. You're like if you were walking through the forest,
right.
they would be running from you. But not when
Yeah.
you're on a horse. You get a totally different experience on horseback than you do hiking.
My wife, Deborah, was blessed. She was an Air Force brat. Speaking of anniversaries, but her dad was a full bird colonel in the United
Wow,
States Air Force, B-52 pilot.
awesome.
And yeah, but she was raised with horses because her dad was Mr. Outdoorsman, right? Mr. Fisherman, Mr. Horses, Hunter, those old guys. You remember those guys from that World War
Exactly.
II era and
My
stuff.
grandfather.
Yeah, just
Yep.
like your granddad. My and her dad was just like that. So she was raised around horses, and it was amazing. It was intimidating, I'm gonna say, but really cool. When I married her, seriously, when I married her, I'd never married. I've never married. I've never been with a gal who was a jock to ride horses. She was a world class skier, and a world class water skier. And
Awesome.
I'm saying that's like the coolest thing I've ever heard. So
It is. I've got a
Deborah
friend like
Meakin.
that right now named Neela. She's the one that treated
Oh,
me last night. She
oh,
water skis, got her own boat.
oh,
She snow skis and
oh,
all
yeah,
that outdoor stuff, hunts, fishes.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
See,
rare, but
that's a good real woman.
there's a lot of gals like that, Shanimal.
Yeah.
And I would say to all young men out there, try and find one. They're like really
Yeah.
cool and fun. I always say, I was thinking about Jason. He was talking about his fiance
Yeah.
being hot, and I will say to young men, Jason, make sure seriously you marry your very best friend because 50 years is a long time. You know?
Certainly is.
And the second thing is, I say this when I mentor, I mentor Gen Zs, A's, and by the Gen Alphas. And by the way, the new generation this year is the Bravo generation, B generation, born in 2025. But I always say to young men, this sounds weird. You never hear this in self-help or coaching, life coaching, or mentorship books. It's try and marry a really great cook. Really great cook.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, women either are, God bless you, or you're not. God bless you. But if you are, I'm talking every single day of your, again, I've been with Deborah over 40 years. And if you honestly, and it's funny, my son Tanner up in Seattle, he's a chef. He's a gourmet chef, like a Anthony Bourdain guy.
Yeah.
His wife doesn't have, but hey, we're going to talk food. Go give me prime rib up there with in Reno. Okay. Give me a good, there's only two types of prime rib: great, perfect, or garbage. Okay. Either perfect or garbage. So anyhow, I've been ranting today, Shannon. Well, we're having fun, eh? We're having fun. I don't want to forget about Purple Heart Day yesterday.
Okay, go ahead.
August,
Line that out for us.
Very important. Purple Heart Day yesterday. The President of the United States awarded 100 new Purple Hearts to U.S. Veterans, and that's guys and gals who got shot. They're either wounded and or killed, protecting us, protecting you and me, Shanimal.
So we can do this, what we're doing right here.
Yeah, there are 1.8 million Purple Heart recipients since George Washington. Okay, and there's 100 more as of yesterday. 100. Okay, now Medal of Honor.
Yes,
that wasn't yesterday, but Medal of Honor. This is the rare cat. This is the Forrest Gump Medal of Honor with Sammy Davis. Okay, 3,528 guys in the history of the United States. 3,528 recipients.
Did Captain McCormick get that?
Well, let me tell you, and this is really important because I've communicated with President Trump on this directly, like to his people.
All right.
And even if it's executive order, I don't want to hear the politics behind it. But Captain James McCormick has not been awarded the Medal of Honor after 3 Purple Hearts, and also what he's been doing for veterans around the country. And I would say, even if it's executive order, I would say I would love to see the Medal of Honor draped on Captain James McCormick's neck in 2025.
Yes.
I told him to promise to invite me there. Okay, but because that is long overdue, and you never know. Okay, James is 57. I'm 66. I'm traveling down Route 66 now, Shanimal.
Yeah.
You never know when it's going to be your last day.
That's right. You never know.
We're fourth quarter. Again, you're just crowding every day like it's your last one on earth.
Greg. So live every day to the fullest.
Exactly.
There's no past. You can visit the past. Don't stay there.
Correct.
There's no future. There's only the present. So out of the past, present, and future, there's only one truth, and that's the present. Stay in the present. Stay in the moment. Shanimal LAWSON, American Roundup with Greg Meakin. And I'm going to read a little comment out of the book from Dr. Maria Christina Sheehan. She was just on the Nevada Roundup last hour. Right. And this is out of her book, You Are Not Too Old. It says, it's your moment is now. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Now is the moment to stop shrinking and start showing up. Now is the time to choose a path of strength, stability, and self-respect. Now is the beginning of your comeback and not your curtain call. She'll be with you every step of the way. Let's begin this journey together. So I highly encourage this. This is a really cool book, Dr. Maria Christina Sheehan.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's beautiful. Shanimal, it occurred to me, a lot of people I know have gone through some really, really tough times. And think about it, especially in COVID. During COVID, everyone was kind of restarting their new brand, their new life post-COVID. Yeah. The world was shut down. And to listen to this is beautiful. I'm gonna produce a clip on this because that was beautiful. Those were beautiful words. Is a lot of people, again, especially once you get older, but old is relative. I felt old when I was 18 getting out of 2-a-day football practices, but the concept, and this is Sheriff Lamb with his new book 10-7, which is you get to the end of your shift.
Yeah.
And very often, especially men, are defined by their career. and all of a sudden you don't know what to do, or you don't see any value with yourself moving forward. And this is a time, actually, seriously, Shanley, you know this. A lot of guys die within a year or two.
Yep.
This is even because they don't know what to do. So the message is you can start today. You've got decades of experience and knowledge and wisdom that young people can't have. Bring it together in just a mission that comes from your heart and based in God and goodness and stuff. And every day is a brand new day. It's usually my sign off, but I'll say it today. And I said it last time, Shanimal, on your show. Love getting back here, by the way. It's, wake up in kindergarten every day. There's so much to learn and so little time.
Yep,
because
that's right.
before you know it, you're in first grade.
Yes.
And seriously, I am 66 years old. Seriously, we've known each other here a couple of years here, Shanimal and Eddie and everybody. And we love life no matter how tough it's been. And it's tough to love life every day. And you can't every moment, and you get down sometimes, and you get broke sometimes, and you have fallouts with family and all that stuff. But bottom line, no fear, do right, as Sheriff Ram says. And as a side note, I love your setup there with the flags in the studio, Shanimal. It really looks great. You're as American as the day is long, eh? You're as American. Right. That is, seriously. So good for you. And Mike, back to you on that. Been kind of hogging it today like a puck. Hog.
I do the Canada thing. Hey,
that's right. I kid you not. I came down here 1983. I was 24 years old. I still had hair. And I came and I had the pure Canadian accent. Hey, how's it going? Eh? Out and about. You want to put the car in the garage? The whole shebang. And it took me, I'm serious. 1983, it took me about, I think, 6 months to lose my accent completely out of shame because my American guys couldn't believe how retarded I sound, right?
I remember that Saturday Night Live that went around in the 80s. Those guys that were on Saturday Night Live. I can't remember.
I got to Seattle. I came out of downtown Montreal. I was a 3-piece suit guy. And I came to downtown Seattle, and everybody would say, "Oh, you're Canadian? You're Canadian? Oh, I know them. That's the McKenzie brothers."
Yeah, McKenzie brothers. That's who it was.
I'm saying those guys, those McKenzie brothers to us back east, dude. Come on, man. They were worse than people from Nevada.
That's what I was going to say. And as far as time goes, Greg, the only thing you cannot reclaim in this world is time. Right.
And
so
if someone
guard your time wisely, you're in the moment.
If someone gifts you their time,
yes, you better respect that.
Whether it's a phone call, if someone gives you, again, please repay it, because that person will never get it back again, and they committed it to you.
Yep.
So there you go.
And that's why try not to be late. Respect time, especially if it's on a personal level. As far as business goes, that happens. But on a personal level, like I was late last night because I got caught up at the ranch. And then traffic, I got in rush hour traffic. So I was late. And that's one of the first time I've been late in years.
Right.
But, sometimes it happens.
Right. But
that's that time factor. I stole time. You know what I mean?
You try to, here you go, here, baby boomer, right? Business guy. I mean, hardcore business guy from the car business, Toyota and stuff. And I say to these the young generation, 90% of it is just etiquette, a little manners. If you're running late, a quick text saying, "I'm running
on my way, man. On my way."
But I'm going to write a whole book soon called, it's for young people. Please return your phone calls and texts. That's one. And the other one is ghosting is not good. Okay. A quick text. I've always said, Shanimal, you know this. I think more can be accomplished in life with a 5-minute cell call.
That's right.
Than weeks and months of meetings.
Exactly. And it's a trend. This texting thing's a trend. It's psychologically unnerving. It's weird. Things come out different when you text than when you're talking to people and going face to face.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of relationships and a lot of crap has happened over that little cell phone right there and texting.
It's face to face.
Yes.
I don't say in my day, old school. I'm saying no. Everything I've learned in life, everything I've learned in life that can apply to today, August 8th, 2025,
Your
is
anniversary, 38th year.
and the whole theme comes full circle, is connection with people. And that usually means face to face. In the investigation world on TV, the FBI and all that stuff, you go down to the perp's house and you look him in the eye, and you'll learn more in 30 seconds than you will sitting on the internet searching him.
Or in front of a lie detector.
Oh, dude. So everyone says, oh, with mass communication network, we're so amazing with the internet, really smart, smarty pants communicators. And it's the worst communication I've ever seen, Shanimal.
Yes.
You get on these massive email threads, like group threads, because it's a group getting involved with some business transaction or something, and nobody's following the thread. They miss text, they don't reply. I'm saying, gosh, I can get more accomplished maybe in a quick live Zoom call,
right?
Or a show like this with my friend Shanimal LAWSON. Shanimal, the animal LAWSON.
As Greg Meakin.
The Iceman. That's
right, man.
Okay, right now
you weren't the hatchet man. You were the the goal maker.
No, I was the instigator.
Okay. All right. And you brought your Axeman in.
Oh yeah, and I had a lot of big guy friends. Just the way it is. In hockey, there's policemen. We know who Gretzky is. He's Mr. Talent. But Gretzky always had about 3 policemen that follow them. Those are big guys. Marty McSorley, Dave Semenko, who go ahead and try and touch Gretzky. Okay, go ahead and try and mess with him. Right, Shanimal?
Yep.
This is the way it is. You sort it out. You sort it out on the ice, like we always used to, between the lines. Punch each other in the nose when you're on the ice, but go have a beer at the tavern after the game. So
yep, that's
boy, I can't believe it. You never plan for a show. I always say have goals, but don't make any plans. I didn't make the plans at all to chat about the stuff we did today, but it has been a blast. It's going to be featured on my YouTube channel. This has been a really nice chat channel.
Awesome, I feel like I've caught up with you for sure. Yep. And I'm the same way. I don't come in with a list of stuff I'm going to ask you here's a good question. I like to listen and then talk, communicate, and do what we're doing. This is live radio.
Right. It's like, so you never know what they're going to say, but it's usually really good stuff. What I want to say is, sounds funny. I know we're going to be crowding time here, but as when you get older, you get time to reflect because you got a pension. You don't have the thumb on you anymore. And I always say to younger guys, just wait till you get the thumb off of you. The thumb is alarm clocks, schedules, having to feed the horses.
Yep.
You
better make it what you love too. I learned that as a young man, Greg. You better make it what you love. I don't do anything that's not fun. There's some things I have to do that it's not fun, but not very many.
If you don't love it, Shanimal, you can't do it long term, or sadly, you'll just hate your life. It's sad to see, but a lot of people have just given up on their life, and a lot of that. We've talked about these kind of things before, but when you do get older, you do get reflective, and I always say, in the business world, branding is everything. Brand, Trump is the best brander ever in the history of the world. But branding
get out, Greg. Get out, celebrate. Get out there in the wilds, and everybody out there, get up, get out.
Yep.
Do some physical stuff.
Always make sure you can describe yourself in 1 or 2 words. And for me, it's teacher and storyteller.
Awesome.
For Shanimal, I really do. I see music man, and cowboy.
Yep. And animal lover.
Always with love in your heart. Always with love. Seriously.
Make your intent love. Great ending, Greg. Make your intent love.
Yes.
What angers you controls you. Do not get angry. Shanimal LAWSON in the corral with Greg Meakin, Grand Mingus. Thanks so much, guys. The American Roundup. With God willing, we'll be back next week. God bless you, and God bless America.
Educate, look at what's going on, let it resonate, accelerate, find your inner hunger like you never ate. Agenda is to push the hate, separate and segregate, don't celebrate quite yet, the storm is coming, cue for heaven.